Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kevin Katzmer-Jamasnaki here for the IGN Pro League Top 10, and we're starting to move into the IPL 3 qualifier action, so this comes to us from week number 1 of those qualifiers. Here at number 10, we have Evil Geniuses In Control versus Rain Artist, and Artist, he's going to get himself a few free Colossi kills and then start making his way down the ramp. He's got a pretty imposing Bioforce, but In Control actually has a ton of units. The charge lots are making their way up, but those EMPs are just perfect, neutralizing most of the shields of those units. The Sentry's not really with much energy left either, and In Control is going to be forced to GG. And at number 9, we have 6Jack's Vibe saying, "Siege up my creep, I'll siege you with some Broodlords and Queens." And the Broodlords are going to start posturing their way to the front here. Jinro doing some pretty considerable damage, but it doesn't matter. There's enough Queens here with transfusions that Vibe is going to heal up all of those units, and we're going to have another little transfusion there, but it doesn't matter. The Vikings are coming back, doing considerable amount of damage, but again, clutch transfusions. And look how low this last Broodlord gets, but it is transfused twice beautifully, down to just 1 or 2 hit points, but manages to survive. And at number 8, we have TSL Clyde. Yes, Clyde against Mental Break, the unknown Zerg player. And Clyde has sieged himself outside of Mental Break's base. But Mental Break, he's charging into this without splitting his units. And Clyde, with a vastly inferior force, is able to neutralize these huge groups of Banelings, crushes through, and is able to win the game. And at number 7, we have Dignitas Bishu versus Startail Curious. And Curious is going to try to get in here and scout with this Overlord, and this is actually one of the better pieces of micro that I've seen. Now, we notice that Bishu is going after the double Stargate. The Sentry is starting to attack that Overlord, and there's no way that Overlord's going to make it over there to see those Stargates. But look at that! He actually morphs the Overlord into an Overseer. Now, when the Overseer finishes, it's actually going to be given not just that speed boost, but also full health. So that Overseer just finishing it up. There it is, and here comes Curious. 2 sentries on it, no problem. These guys are pretty quick. He's going to make his way over to the natural, and there he is going to spot a Void Rain, even drop down a little Changeling to continue the scouting process. He then immediately reacts afterwards with the Hydralisk Den, preparing himself for the eventual attack. And here at number 6, we again have Bishu versus Startail Curious, and Curious actually 6-pooled in this game, but Bishu was able to hold it off pretty well. He's going to make his way up to the top. That's a good bit of feedbacking, a lot of damage being done to the Infestors, and even though they are dropping down their infested Terrans, these storms are going to clear up everything, and this beautiful building positioning is going to keep Curious's forces at bay and force him out of the game. And that once again takes us up to the midway point here in the top 10. And at number 5, we have Mouse Maro versus Slayer's Kuma, and a bunch of Banelings are going to get loaded up here, and those are going to get dropped directly on top of Kuma's forces. Even with the good unit positioning that he has, it's not enough to withstand the Zerg attack, and most of those Stalkers are going to go down. But that wasn't all from Maro. He decided that he wanted to try it again, and it was going to be just as successful in round number 2. So a good number of Colossi up, but they're not able to prevent these Banelings dropping down and dealing a considerable amount of damage. But Maro, not content with the amount of damage he has done, realizes that a lot of his Hydralisks are going to go down, picks them up right into those Overlords, and manages to get away scot-free. And here at number 4, we have Jinro versus 6Jack's Vibe once again. Jinro sieged up in a pretty good spot outside of Vibe's third, but Vibe has a pretty good force, not just at his third, but also on the low ground, and he is going to do a good bit of flanking, and even with this relatively small force, is going to be able to break through all of Jinro's forces, knocking those out and forcing Jinro out of the game. And here at number 3, we have TSL Clyde versus Mental Break, and Clyde opened 1-Rack's Reaper. He cancels his bunkers. He was trying to rush, but he manages to salvage his SCV. He's got another one up there as well, so he is going to trap this Reaper in this little corner behind the bunkers being constructed. Despite the fact that Mental Break is going to pull drones, he's not going to be able to attack that Reaper. So the bunkers do finish. The Reaper comes out, and he is going to attack the Spine Crawler. He runs back. Very nice job salvaging even the SCVs, puts him into the bunker, pops out, starts repairing the bunker. The Reapers pop out, and they are going to take down the hatchery. And at number 2, we have TSL Symbol versus Dignitas Tan, and Symbol, he's morphing in a bunch of Banelings, and there's really not much defense here for Tan. Oh my god, he is grouping up all of his drones as well. This is going to be painful. Oh, Symbol doing so much economic damage, and that would give him the decisive advantage in this game. And we've arrived at number 1, and this is one of the most exciting finishes to a ZVT I have ever seen. Remember that bunker rush from before with Reapers? Well, Mental Break found a way to come back against that. He's got a good number of Broodlords, and when all hope seems lost, He has got a ton of investors moving in. Look at the neural parasites go down. All those tanks are captured, driving away the mech force for Clyde. Clyde is going to lose this game. All of those tanks are captured, and he is forced to GG. And that's it. Our top 10 plays from the first week of the IPL Season 3 qualifiers. We hope you guys enjoyed the content. Don't forget to check out IGN.com/IPL for more episodes. This was Kevin Katz with Jamasnaki here for the IPL. We'll catch you next time.